Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Alan Wake. Here in the past, where we're not quite Alan Wake, we're just kind of like the camera near him.
Alice, I'm coming. It's all right. I'm coming.
Oh, this is a weird effect.
And yet, it was more than that. It was the truth. A suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened. I remembered being surprised to see the cabin dark. Alice would have never turned the lights off.
Yeah, that does make sense. By the way, just a little bit of real-life advice from your friend SB. Anything that you only know when you've just been through days upon days of traumatic experiences while being heavily medicated against your will, and then drinking yourself into unconsciousness, is not a recovered memory. That's not how memory works.
Alice?
Oh.
Alice!
Can I jump over the... Nope. I have to... Apparently I cannot go upward. I must walk and take the
Beyond
stairs.
this lost memory, there was nothing. I had to follow the footsteps of my past self to find out what had happened that night.
Sure, you only remember the parts of the thing that you, actually saw. Oh, wait.
I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness.
Nope, I
Diving
don't see any of
after her
that.
was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crash car and finding the first pages of the manuscript. I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
Alice!
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
Alice!
I'd been easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
Alice?
Can't really see anyway.
Drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
Alice!
Yes.
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
She must be here somewhere. Maybe upstairs in the study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Alice!
You'll laugh at the whole thing together and put it behind you.
Alice?
She's not here. You were foolish to think so. No, she's dead. She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her.
Ah!
Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her.
This is a really interesting sequence.
Yes. I'll write. I'll fix it. I'll bring her back. No. I wrote it. I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobwebs she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish. To interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must hurry. It will know I'm here. It will be back soon. It stole the skin of my Barbara a long time ago. She looks so old.
I do have a question about It Isn't Here Now, but we'll talk about it in a second.
My mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was to escape. The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious and fading fast. It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night. I wrote it. It's my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault, and you're gonna
this
pay
guy.
for it.
And then you get the really late title card. I guess we stopped like 5 minutes away from the end of a chapter. Yeah. I'm really curious about like the idea of it not being here. Of Zane being able to save us because we wrote him in at a moment when the dark presence was elsewhere. Why would it ever be elsewhere? Isn't this the most important thing in the universe to it? I wonder if that's a question that's going to be answered, or if that's just like a plot contrivance that had to happen that, you know, you just sort of look past it. Also, this song is kind of great. Wait a minute. That's actual game information, right? This song just told us we need to find this key. Man, this game is really cool. I'm really having a good time here.
Under the influence of the dark presence, I wrote a horror story that is coming true. Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful.
The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. My mom gave me this old light switch.
The clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison. I need to find Cynthia Weaver to fix this.
It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Oh, interesting. I was not expecting that plot element to come back.
Record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we hope to break the record set by last year's Moose Fest in our neighboring town, Watery. Ladies and gentlemen, some people have asked me, what's the big deal about Deerfest? And I think that this sums it up. It's about friendship and community. We've got a great party coming up. Let's try to hold it in until tomorrow and get through the night in one piece, all right?
I'm really surprised we were arrested.
Someone will come for it when the time is right. Thomas said so. He wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe. Safe in the light. Always in the light.
Oh.
All the manuscript pages were gone. The FBI agent had taken them.
I think my tongue just took a crap in my mouth. Ugh. Oh, wait, we're in jail now? Al. Al, this is not good.
That about sums it up.
Oh, Barry, hold it in, man. There's a toilet over there.
Oh, I am never drinking again.
I need to talk to Weaver. She's the one in the song. The Lady of the Light.
What, the crazy lady? Ugh, whatever you say, Al, but we're stuck here. They're not gonna...
interviewed Wake.
I had some reading to do first, Sheriff, and let me tell you, it was an interesting read. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent. There's no way you're walking out of here. You hear me in there, Bret Easton Ellis? Huh?
Absolutely went to Wikipedia on his phone in the parking lot.
Well, we all want things, Sheriff. I wanted my... Look, that's not possible right now.
Agent Nightingale, I insist.
Oh, I don't like this. He seemed so eager to shoot us earlier. I can't believe he arrested
Are you
us.
stupid? It's a trick. It's an obvious trick.
Okay, I've had enough of this crap. Wake, I'm gonna trust you with this.
You're joking.
Agent Nightingale, your opinion would matter more if you were sober and if I actually believed you were here on official business.
Whoa! Get back in the cell, Stephen King. The only
Ooh,
way
little
you're
on the
leaving
nose.
This place is over my dead. Wait a minute. I know.
Ooh, he should have read the rest of that page.
Light. We need light. It's the only way to fight this thing.
In my office. I've got your things there. Follow me.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
does
We're sitting duck...
this page shed any more information on the situation?
Make sense of the manuscript. It was disjointed and strange. He didn't understand half of it, but it all rang true. Impossibly true. He took out his hip flask when he reached the page that described how he reached the page that made him take out his hip flask. It wasn't the booze that made his mind reel.
Well, maybe it wasn't entirely the booze.
Lights out.
Stay cool. I can get the emergency power.
Nightingale felt the situation veering out of his control, but the gun at least felt steady in his hands. He was ready to fire, resolved that he would let this happen over his dead body. And yet he hesitated. He had seen this moment before, read it in the page. He was transfixed by the déjà vu and the horror that he was a character in a story someone had written. Then the monstrous presence burst in behind him and dragged him into the night.
I don't know if it would be more horrifying to be someone else in the story or to be Alan in this situation, stuck in the story that Alan wrote and unable to control your own actions. You know, given that he knows he was under the control of a malicious presence when he wrote it and everything, or at least partially under that control. Have they restocked? Nope, no new coffee. Ooh, this flare wasn't here last time. That might totally save our lives. I'm glad I looked. Let me go behind this. Ooh, yeah. Coffee that I could not steal earlier. She's just like, yeah, fine, take it. I don't care. There's clearly something greater going on here. We'll charge you for it later. I want to stay over here near where the beam of light is. Speaking of staying near the beam of light, does Barry not think he should come with us, or...
Here are your things. Wake, what do I need to know? What do you need from me?
They can be hurt in the light, only in the light. And I need to find Cynthia Weaver. She can help me stop this.
Light. Check. Cynthia. She lives in the old decommissioned power plant. I can get you there pretty quickly in the rescue chopper. Come on, let's get back to your friend.
Yeah, he really should have come with us. Oh, the shadow of that plant scared me good.
What? No.
We're going to fetch our ride, but I have friends who need to be warned about this, and I can't be in two places at once. I need your help.
Well, okay.
Here's a list of people and phone numbers. I need you to call them and tell them you have a message from me. Night Springs, okay? They'll know what to do.
Night Springs? Like the TV show? Gotcha. Oh, hey, that radio guy is on the list. Maine. Who's Frank Breaker? He related to you?
My dad.
Hey, is this like a secret society?
Can you do this? You'll be safe here. The backup power's on. These guys need to be alerted, just in case we don't come back.
You'll come back for me though, right?
As soon as we get the chopper ready. Thanks, Wheeler. I owe you one. Okay, let's go, Wake. Through the back.
My hangover wants a pizza. You think there's any way I could order one out?
I think this is not a good time to be focused on that, Barry. Oh, this is gonna get heavy. They've given us too many large guns for me to think this is gonna be anything other than a real nightmare.
Oh,
Two
hell.
large weapons at
Whatever
the same
did
time.
Nightingale must have broken the gate controls. We can't reach the gate's control box from here. We need to get to the other side over the rooftop.
I don't want to break that
go.
yet.
I'll open the gate for you once I'm across. You stay here in the light and cover me, Sheriff, okay?
Are you sure? Okay then, but hurry.
That took zero convincing. I do want to say that I was pretty proud of myself for not having been startled at all by the lady charging toward the camera jump scare at the end of the last chapter. And then the plant scared, the shadow of a plant in the hallway scared the living hell out of me. The whole entire hell, it's just all the way out of me.
I needed to reach the rooftop to get to the other side of the broken
I'll
gate.
get there. I'm looking around. Don't worry. After this, I'll almost step right on that. After this, I'll listen to some decent metal. I'll get all that hell back in there. Just thinking, you know, this could be a place where somebody might stash a thing, or where a page perhaps had been dropped. Nope, just a couple of weird splotches of darkness. Also, that damn float. So hold on. If this is actually the way forward, I thought I was being clever. Hold on a second. We're gonna look around. How do I get back? Oh no, okay, I can. I was gonna say I might not be able to get back because Alan can't jump a fence that is knee high. Will sometimes climb it. Okay, nothing of import. Sheriff probably has some questions about the thing that's going on here. Look, trust me. You just gotta trust me. I really need coffee and board games and, you know, cans. Have you ever seen any cans stacked up in a pyramid? I'm kind of curious about this contingency plan that she had set up. I mean, she's been the sheriff here. She's got to know something's weird about this place. Right? This is not going to be her first encounter with the magic of Cauldron Lake. And she did not seem at all surprised that Cynthia Weaver was the person that we felt we needed to go and see, which one would think she might be if she had no idea what was going on, given that people don't seem to have a lot of respect for Cynthia Weaver around here. Light, you can hurt them. Oh, good. Solid information for this point in the game. Thank you. I probably don't actually need to destroy all these, but it feels like we shouldn't leave them behind, right? Oh, this nonsense again? Alright. Okay. I'm surprised that let me get away with that, given that I was still doing the put batteries in the flashlight animation. So it seems like you don't really want to be tagging them. Oh god. Oh, okay. You don't really want to be tagging them with the light all the time, because then they don't come toward you. You want to keep the light off of them until they approach, and then focus it, because you get way more burn time that way, as they try to fly away. Oh, I don't care for this at all. I don't think that's walkable. I think we should jump. Oh boy. Trust in Alan's athletic prowess there. Always risky.
Hey, Sheriff! Your password. Night Springs? What's that all about?
It's a stupid joke we have. That Bright Falls is the original inspiration for the TV show. This town can get weird at times. Never this weird, though. You need to bypass the damaged control box.
What am I, an electrician? Hold on!
But if I just mash mouse 1, do you think that'll do it? Ow.
Smart.
Good job, Wing. Okay, stick close. Our first stop is the town hall. The keys to the chopper are there.
Okay, you're gonna want to stay away from this van for a minute. Just trust me. She has a flashlight. She'll be fine. I could probably just save my ammo, but it doesn't feel very cinematic for me to sit around and do nothing, you know? Ow. Spoiled my shot, too. This might be a situation where a flare is warranted. Do you want to maybe finish him off, or... Okay, there we go. I figured we could save that one. Also, it probably actually does... I bet the way the enemy group is balanced here is that you really do need to be helping, or else you will get overwhelmed, because she sure does not kill them very quickly. Trying to grab the... There we go. I really want these flares. So I think that way over there that we were just looking at is probably the way forward. So let's just see... It's going to invisible wall me here at the intersection, I'm assuming. Oh, maybe not. Oh, Jesus. I knew it. I knew that float was up to no good. So maybe the other way was not the way forward. This is probably the way forward. Ow. I did try to dodge. I wonder if she can die. Also, here, I'm actually going through batteries at a rate that I think is a rate that makes sense for the amount of batteries you get over the course of the game. Alright, starting to feel a little bit low on ammo here. I guess these battles are not necessarily shotgun priority. Okay, well, if this is actually the way forward, then we're going back. Sorry, Sarah. I know urgency and whatnot. Listen, it's really important we find these pages for, like, a huge number of reasons. So, is there something in this alleyway, then? I figured it was directing me to this gate that we would have to then try to find a way to open. No, it looks like that flare is it. Well, not turning my nose up at a flare. This is a fine time to have one additional flare. She just hung out over here? We should probably stick together. So the parade float was totally... It was reacting to the light, wasn't it? Do I need to purge this float? I know where the chopper is. Hold on. No, I guess it's fine. Huh. I mean, it's not fine. It's still creepy as hell, but it's not possessed, you know. Alright, let's just grab some shadow coffee real quick. Boy, if the Dark Presence ever did anything to the coffee, we'd be completely doomed. I guess that literally did happen. Listen, I don't need to remember the plot. The game's linear. Alan only wrote one manuscript. Only one way things can really unfold. Alright, let's do the thing. Just trying to keep my head on a swivel here for all sorts of reasons, really. Oh, like that. Like so that I can see that guy coming. Hold on, he's definitely supposed to draw our attention this away. Also, things are way less spooky now. That guy was emitting an awful lot of dark mist. Aha, flares. Okay, it's a reasonable trade-off for 2 flares, I think. Alright, everything's fine. I got a little distracted. I saw an orange object on the ground. You know how writers can be. Oh, hey. It says it's open. We should absolutely, first of all, do this. And secondly, absolutely look around in here. There's gotta be stuff in here, right? Yeah, for example. Sweet, sweet energizers. Also, let's turn on the jukebox.
I'm gonna want
Can I make it play Coconut?
For example, what the hell happened to Rose? She's seriously messed up now.
Oh, that's a
Same
big question.
thing I think happened to me after I arrived.
During this week, you can't remember?
Oh, I remember now.
It's a little bit of information for you. I was holding that in reserve, you know, for when it was dramatically appropriate. Hold on, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I saw that. Wait, is that a manuscript page? Or yes, it is. Flashlight's so bright I couldn't
Barry
tell.
was in his element, making calls, making things happen, even if he didn't entirely know what those things were. He wouldn't let the hot sheriff chick down. Even if every noise he heard from outside, and he heard plenty, made him jump. He had only paused to text Al a message, told him to hurry up. Suddenly, Barry froze in mid-dial. A window broke somewhere in the building, and then the lights went out.
Oh no. Well, now I guess we know that when we get a text message, it might be time to return to the building. Okay. Heavy-duty flashlight is an important upgrade. It was absolutely worth coming in here. It's the only song in the jukebox. Obviously, it was the one I would put on. Now, wait a minute. Is there something in there? Oh no, it's a trash bag. Well, I mean, yes, technically a trash bag is something. Actually, it's probably the wheel well. But it's a wheel well that's rendered to look like a trash bag. It's the truck's natural camouflage.
New Yorkers were rude.
Okay, Alan's starting to feel a little bit more in his element. He's quipping more. I don't like it. I should probably grab these. You have the right to remain silent. These rights. Whoa. Apparently her shotgun has a powerful kinetic effect on them, even when it's not actually doing damage. Alright, there we go. Limit the number of angles I can be attacked from. Oof, I tried to dodge to the side that the wall was on. It turns out you can't do that. Alan Wake has physical form and cannot occupy the same physical space as other objects. Who would have thought? Authors, am I right? Oh, hey, that's handy. Wait a minute, this van is open on the side. No, nothing. Nothing over here either. Man, level designers are really slacking. Where's all my goodies? You'll really use some shotgun shells. She is not looking the right direction here. Oh, it's getting very spooky. It has become very spooky.
Over here! There's light!
I mean, there's light kind of everywhere. Alright. Come on, shotgun shells? Hell yeah, shotgun shells. Okay. How much was that? Well, enough to completely open the thing, or completely fill the gun at least. I am watching your back. I'm doing it. Look at all this successful back watching. Is it? Oh yeah, okay. I was gonna say, the enemies didn't actually appear until after he said that. Ow, man, those guys are really fast. Man, she really knows how to shoot a guy, though. You gotta give her that. Ooh, okay. A little close for comfort there. Also, her gun dramatically pushing people back is actually really useful if you just position for it. I think we can be pretty aggressive with our pistol ammo at the very least. It seems like we're not really limited on that. And honestly, we're doing fine on batteries as well. Ow. I tried to pull a flare out. I did manage to pull the flare out. As soon as I saw that guy behind us, I was so worried about that dude in the back. I couldn't tell if he was a throwing weapon guy or not. I was so worried about us taking one hit from a throwing weapon there. I mean, I guess they give you the shotgun ammo for a reason, right? Maybe I ought to actually use it.
Over here! There's light!
I think let's try to hold out on using the shotgun at first. We'll switch to it when that wave shows up. Because I don't want to run out of it before we get there. Also, it is really hard to dodge the charges. Even if you do execute a good lateral dodge, it seems like it doesn't necessarily get the job done. Okay, let's try not to take damage early on. Damn it. Oh, man. I am getting manhandled here. Charge. I'm going to dodge dramatically to the side and still not... No, still not enough. Like, he moves a whole person width to the left, but it turns out that guy is about 1.5 persons wide. And there, probably me being on the shotgun wouldn't have changed anything, because all the damage we actually took prior to getting charged there was from the back. But let's see if maybe I spend just enough time, just enough less time looking at enemies to make this work. I should probably try to back into a corner right away, but I'm worried that that's going to really abbreviate the angle that I can look at enemies at. You know what? I'm just going to step up here and drop a... Let's keep you guys back out there for the moment. Ow. Throwing guy. I mean, that definitely did something, though. I took less damage. Okay, here comes the charge. Ah! So her flashlight totally does work. It's slow, but it does the thing. Here's Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is of great import. Do this real quick, because I knew this guy was coming. There's one other fast guy. I see him trying to execute a flank. Is he? No. It's weird. He wasn't responding to the light on him, but also he didn't have any shadow left. Okay, I did get that guy. Ooh, boy. Running. Ineffective. God, he has given off so much shadow and effect stuff, I can't even really see what's happening. Ooh, okay. Please hurry. And these sequences are tense. This is well-balanced combat, at least. Hold on, is there something in the truck? No, okay. Yeah, let's go. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's get all the hell out of here, because I need to replenish my health supplies. Hold on a moment. No, nothing? No, we couldn't get in up there. Alan Wake would not be able to climb up onto the awning of a building under any circumstances. Where was it we were going?
Okay, someone's messed with the fuse box here, but you should be able to jury rig it while I find the keys.
Oh yeah, because I'm so good at that, right?
How about I look for the keys and you get burned for a change?
Fine. They should be in the clerk's office on the other side of the building near the main entrance.
Gotcha.
I said the same thing Alan said. But I immediately regret it now. I really, really don't want to be looking around in the dark.
The darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's face was furious. The story in the manuscript had been making it stronger all the time, but now the light had set the writer free and hurt it, weakened it. It was only a matter of days before the dark presence would be strong again, but meanwhile, it would be difficult to recapture the writer.
It's a pretty handy thing to be able to write. Uh-oh, here's that text
The
message.
message was from Barry. He was getting worried at the station. He wanted us to hurry.
So it's a little bit of a bummer that Alan doesn't respond to that with the information that we know that text message portends. I figure we got 11 flares. We don't have to take a lot of chances at this point. Ooh. Yeah, I will absolutely do that. Okay. I feel a little bit more secure with this thing. Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to be so thorough looking for stuff. I can't believe there's whole classes of collectibles. Maybe you'll only see the Night Springs video games on Nightmare or something. Oh, yeah. Give me that. You know, Alan, you could just, like, set a thing down for a second. You don't have to grab everything with the hand that has your big gun in it.
Barry?
Why isn't he inside?
Oh god! Oh god!
That was kind of a weird cut, right, from us playing to this scene. Ooh. Okay, I think he's fine.
He made it inside, Wake. He's okay.
Yeah, he used that same trick that I always use. Get close to the geometry.
Come on, Wake. Let's go around. We can meet him in the back.
Well, hold on a second. Am I allowed to go back inside? Because I didn't go upstairs, because I thought that we would need to... Okay. Well, shoot, I definitely missed an opportunity for collectibles there. Or possibly, even worse, manuscript pages. Is this just a floating trash can? Oh, it's mounted on the side of the fence. That's interesting. You know, I've never seen that before. That seems like actually a pretty good idea. It's not recorded when Bright Falls was first formed as a nameless trading post, but it became a town when the Bright Falls Mining Company started to operate nearby in 1878. It was then that Hubert Biltmore, a fur trapper, and Amos Gunderson, a pioneer from Tacoma, decided to build a post office, saloon, and hotel, all operating from the same building. It was through the efforts of these two men that Bright Falls became the permanent and thriving town it is today. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves with all this permanent stuff. Just saying, the lake seems hungry. Oh, okay. A little dangerous. Nope. There we go. Man, the horizontal movement of the crosshair being inconsistent is still a problem. I have not adjusted to it. I mean, I guess I don't know how you could. You can adjust to basically any consistent behavior. It's very difficult to adjust to a thing sometimes doing whatever it feels like. The game is good. I'm enjoying the game a lot. The port seems like it's quite bad.
Wheeler should be waiting for us in the backyard.
Keep it the hell down or I'll call the sheriff!
Oh, hi, Doc. I've got it. Don't worry about it.
Sarah, about time somebody showed up! All this shooting in the air is idiotic! One of these days they'll kill somebody! And over Deerfest!
I know. Go back to bed.
Yeah, it's really upsetting.
This town can't take this.
It's
But
me, Billy.
coffee.
The sooner I get out of here, the sooner you can all get back to life as usual.
I hope you're right. Come on. Let me get this door open.
Wait.
Yes, that
you
would
got
be
the
nice.
keys to the
Because
bookstore?
coffee.
Perks of being the sheriff. A girl needs to get around.
She's got keys to every building in town. Nobody knows that. Please don't bring it up with the inhabitants.
They're really taking advantage of your presence here, Wake. I heard they're selling a lot of your Alex Casey books.
Right now, I'm not a big fan of my own writing.
Also, the rest of the time. I like to imagine Alan knows he's a bad writer, but people keep buying it. And he's like, well, it'd be irresponsible of me not to take their money.
Cynthia Weaver worked hard, following her obsessive rituals, sometimes fighting them, always giving in to them in the end. She haunted the halls of Bright Falls abandoned power plant. She marked her caches with light-sensitive paint that could only be seen by eyes
that makes
that had been
sense.
touched by darkness and saved by light like she'd been. She was preparing defenses and supply lines for the war she knew would come. The war between the forces of light and darkness.
That probably should have been more obvious to me than it was. I'll be honest with you, I forget that she exists a lot. Okay, so we're supposed to go through there. Hold on, let's just have a quick look upstairs. Huh, maybe this whole upstairs area doesn't have anything of importance in it? How to catch a dopefish. That's not your thing, Remedy. Actually, I guess, I don't know, maybe some guys from id. Maybe some guys who used to be at id may have founded Remedy or something. Dopefish is a time-honored symbol of the medium, I guess.
I don't see Barry.
Look, wait, maybe that's him. That's the way to the chopper.
He stole some of the fireworks from the house. I mean, I guess he has plenty of room in that big, ridiculous jacket of his. God, all they would have to do is realize how much I love collectibles. It would be so easy for them to set up an ambush. It's like, we'll put this coffee thermos underneath a box, and then we'll hold up the edge of the box with a stick. And when he comes over, bam, we got him. Foolproof wake trap. Maybe just like a hole in front of a collectible with some like twigs and leaves over it. Okay, 9 hunting rifle shots. That's probably enough for the next encounter. Is that a thing? That is a thing. That's the most important thing.
Barry got back to his feet inside the Bright Falls General Store and dusted himself off. Right next to the cans of baked beans was a locked case filled with flare guns, and yet here was a conveniently placed barrel of crowbars. Barry's smile widened as he realized that this was the classic movie scene where the hero had to gear up and arm himself to the teeth. Barry threw himself into the role.
I like the writing getting more and more obviously contrived. How do I turn this into a happy ending? Oh, I know. And then an anvil fell on the dark presence. It had fallen out of a plane that was carrying a plane load of anvils to somewhere. Concealed firearms are prohibited. Okay,
I'm
well.
gonna give Pastor Howard a piece of my mind about this lock. Ugh, I told him to get it fixed.
Hey, make sure you don't conceal your firearm.
Let's take a break.
Survive the assault. Not my favorite objective. Let's try being real aggressive here. Wow, she showed him. No, not the lantern. There we go.
Free fatty acids are good for your heart.
Should probably make sure that the flashbangs are selected too. Oh no. They got spooky mid-boss powers. You know what?
Keep an eye out. I lost that one.
I am keeping an eye out. That is the only thing I am doing right now. And look how good I am at it. There we go. It doesn't always work well with the geometry of the areas, but honestly, the mechanics here work really well thematically. Like I feel besieged and scared a lot. I saw another flicker. Yeah, okay. And flare gun ammo.
Okay, it's open. Let's go, Wake.
That's a shame. I don't actually have a flare gun this time. I must have missed a cache. I bet it was upstairs in that building where she was trying to fix the fuses and apparently never did.
Wow.
We keep them lit all night long on the night before Deerfest.
Why?
Well, it's tradition.
And why is it tradition? Oh, you know, because we've known about the Dark Presence for hundreds of years.
For it to be free, the Dark Presence needed the writer to finish the story. Again and again, the story let it get frustratingly close to the writer without letting it capture him. It was bound by the events depicted in the manuscript, but it could pursue the writer indirectly, put others on the task, and stop those who would help him. It took over everything in its path, made them its puppets, and sent them after Alan Wake.
But all those people are also... I mean, all of this is bound by the manuscript, right? I mean, I guess not. We totally die sometimes. The idea is to find people who weren't included in the manuscript.
We'll have to go through the basement to get to the parking lot.
Yeah, there's no way going through the crypt will turn out to be a bad idea.
Alright, I guess let's do it. Oh, I should reload. Since we picked up that ammo, let's make sure it's all in here. Just in case. We will totally go and check that out in a second. Ow, what? I think I got hit by that object on the ground there. Load gun faster. Okay. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, I'm still not 100% sure what I took damage from there. I think it was one of these folded up chairs? But they weren't possessed, I just, like, took damage from it suddenly. It's the only thing that it could have been. Oh, I thought these were flares from a distance. Well, that's gotta be critical path there, right? With the lighting? Let's make sure we're not missing anything over here. Nope. Okay.
Did you call 911?
Okay, thank you, Barry.
That one saw the light, huh?
6 out of 10.
That one? A tough audience. Well, I got plenty more.
What?
I'm afraid that's true.
Christmas lights for?
Protection, man. Like garlic against vampires.
Also, I just really like Dahlgren.
The helicopter's just across the parking lot and up the hill. Come on.
I like that Barry actually covers his face when you shine the light on him. Also, I didn't mention it earlier because there was a lot of dialogue happening, but I really appreciated that, like, Alan actually had a shh and interrupt Barry's line of dialogue when I accidentally started the other dialogue playing back in the jail cell. Thought that was a nice touch. Is there anything else over here? That kind of looks like a flare just sticking through the wall, but I guess it's a nail. So that cat has never been found. Listen, he's probably fine. Cats like the dark. Probably a little too
Bright Falls General
much.
Store is now my favorite place in the entire world. See this headlamp? It's like a superpower. I can just look at one of those things and they die. It's my flaming eye of Mordor.
Alright, he labored that pronunciation a little bit.
Hey, I want a headlamp.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give me that.
Bastard.
I have a gun, Barry. Give me the headlamp. I'm not gonna shoot Barry. Doesn't say it in the manuscript. If we weren't under manuscript law, though, I would absolutely.
Alice had screamed until she had no voice left to scream. Around her, the darkness was alive. It was cold and wet and malevolent and without end. She was a prisoner, trapped in the dark place. The terror would have burned her mind out, but one thing made her hang on. She could sense Alan in the dark. She could hear him. She could see the words he was writing as flickering shadows. He sensed her too. He was trying to work his way to her.
It was nice of Alan to take a moment and write how Alice would not go crazy and in fact be fine. It's very thoughtful of him.
When someone throws a damn school bus at your head and you're about to take a helicopter ride with someone who may or may not have a pilot's license, you're cleared for departure to Night Springs. No offense, Sheriff.
That is totally flickering. That is the flickering of pickups. Okay, not much of an ambush, as ambushes go. I was gonna say, it would have to be one hell of a bad situation for it not to have been worth me picking up 2 flashbangs. Okay, watch out because rocks fall off of the mountain at approximately 35 miles per hour. Yeah, that'll show me. I'll never be able to step over that ankle-high tree. You guys deal with that. Barry, what happened to your flaming eye of Mordor? This guy's almost done. Aha! I finally evaded one. Alright, solid teamwork, everyone. Barry even contributed a little bit. Useful? No, nothing useful.
The helicopter's just up ahead. I'll need a while to prep for takeoff.
Don't take too long. I want to get out of here.
Oh, this is an arena if I've ever seen one. There's explosives dotted around, and man. I don't have a flare gun, right? Okay, I have a couple of shots of flare gun ammo. Let's take a moment and look around, because I would love to find a flare gun. Well, that's not even anything. That's just a way to fall off a mountain. Probably not a great plan. We actually get in here? You know, I could just shoot out the glass and then reach in and open the door. Yeah, bummer, man. I'm sure I just missed the flare gun, and I'm really feeling that right now. Oh wait, maybe that's a flare gun over there at her feet? No, I think those are just normal flares. Well, I mean, I'll take those two, obviously. Shotgun ammo. That's not the right ammo. Okay, we could probably afford to be pretty aggressive with our tools here. That's maybe a little too much. Flashbang for 2 guys, but... Oh, yes, okay. Okay, careful, careful. Oh, hey, there's a thing. Let's turn this thing on. Man, the hunting rifle's pretty alright, though. Ow. Okay, getting a little concerned. Again, use the existing geometry to stay safe. Oh. Boy, those things are... Yeah, no, listen, you start up that helicopter in a safe way. I feel very strongly about that. That was actually a very effective little dodge he did there. Oh, that didn't kill either of those guys. Okay, I need a second to switch to this thing over here. Oh, please let me switch. Oh god. There we go. Okay, plenty of shotgun ammo. Let's keep these lights on as best we can, because these seem to be very valuable. I mean, we're making it so far. Really hoping to avoid getting anything thrown at me. Yeah, the environmental light sources are actually doing a lot of work. Oh, Jesus. Alright, I think we cleared another wave there. Okay. Yeah, good idea. Good plan. Solid plan. I'm just gonna grab these real quick if you don't mind.
Just get me to Weaver, Sheriff.
You're taking a big chance on a local crazy lady, Al. I hope you're right about her, or we can kiss this town goodbye.
And you know, probably like the world. Also that. Yes, it is always like this in New York.
Mutant alligators, and Alex Casey shoots the place up every weekend. Look, I never even carried a gun until a couple of days ago.
Well, my dad used to be a cop there. Tells some pretty wild stories.
Stuff like this?
No, just normal bad stuff. Kinda like your books, Wake. I used to tease Dad that he was just like Alex Casey.
You've read me.
Oh, sure. You're a pretty good writer. A little heavy on the metaphors, maybe.
Nobody's ever said that before.
We're coming up on the power plant. See the lit building over there? And that's the dam further up the river. I can't land here. I'll take her down the road across the river.
Just get me there, Sheriff.
Oh, this is bad news.
Hold on!
Are there no seatbelts in helicopters? Why was I not? That is a pretty slick maneuver. She's actually a pretty good pilot. I mean, I could help if you could. Oh, no, never mind. Got my own problems. Sure, cross the transformer yard. Seems easy. Lights. Or doors. You know, walls. Walls will help. Let's just grab some of this and some of that. And what happened to all my flashlight? Oh, I dropped all my stuff. Let's just refill on this. I had that really nice flashlight and everything. Man. Okay, well, we live. And I guess things have calmed down for the moment, which probably means that this is where we have to call it for today. Sorry about this, everybody. I know we are rushing toward what seems to be a climax here, but that's going to have to be a thing for tomorrow. So come back next time, tomorrow. Maybe we're going to see the end of this thing. And we'll see you then.